Hi and welcome back. So in today's video, I thought I would tell you the story about how I came to know Dr. Lynda Cramer. So I'm guessing most of you know who I'm talking about, but for those that don't, she is an amazing psychic medium from Australia. She is well known for her near-death experience where she went to heaven for 5 years. She has several books out and she has lots of letters after her name, and she's just an incredible woman, and I'm so glad I found her on YouTube. So, sorry, got a bit of a cold this week. So, it's an interesting story, and there is a lesson attached to it. It was a big lesson for me, and the only way I can really describe it is that she pretty much like changed my life and did so much good for me. So here goes. Um, so I came across her video, didn't think much of it. This is on YouTube. Saved it to my saved folder, and every day I looked at this video, and I never watched it. It just sat there, but I came across it every day. And the funny thing is, um, 2 weeks prior, I had a really nasty email from a client. So basically, she didn't didn't like her portrait. She said that's clearly not for me. And she claimed that I had promised her a in-person kind of Zoom Teams chat with her where I would draw her guide and give her a reading. And I was so confused. I actually mailed her straight back. I had knots in my stomach. I thought, I don't believe this. Like, what the hell's going on? And I said to her, are you sure you've got the right spirit artist? I said, because this is not something I offer. Never, ever in, in all the days of me being a spirit artist have I ever offered one-to-ones where we do it together live over Zoom or anything like that. It's not a thing. It's never been on my socials. It's never ever been on my website. I've never ever done it. And she was claiming that I had promised her this, and she was like, if you look at your emails, you'll see that you did promise me this. And I mean, I know 100% that I hadn't, because it's not something I offer. So I did look over the emails just for my own sanity, and I quoted it all back to her, and I was like, please tell me where it is um, that this is something I offer. And she just wouldn't have it. She said, yes, you know, you do offer it. She said it was also on my website. It's just not a thing. It's just like, I said, please, I said, why are you saying this? Why are you doing this to me? Because it's not something I offer. Anyway. And then she was like, well, this portrait it can't be for me because I don't like music and I don't like the 60s kind of hippie movement. So basically I had drawn her this really cool woman who, you know, she was from America. She was like part of Woodstock. She was just like this hippie chick. And she loved music, really loved music, and she played the guitar and she loved the guitar. And I sent her all this stuff in her reading, and I was quite pleased with that portrait actually, because I've never drawn a guitar before. And she was just not having it. She was like, well, I dis I have absolutely no interest in music. I dislike music, and I dislike, you know, the hippie movement. Um, anyway, it got to the point where I had to shut her down, and I just said, look, you're going out your way to purposely upset me. Don't contact me again. Um, just to put it into context, that I've I've been very, very lucky. In over a decade of doing spirit art, I've probably only maybe had three, maximum four people contact me and reject their portraits. Um, that's in the grand scheme of things, when I think about how many portraits I have done over the years, that's quite a small figure. And I'm going to be really honest. I think some of these people are in the mindset that um, it wouldn't matter what I'd drawn for them, they weren't going to accept it. That's my honest belief. Anyway, so anyway, I will say this: it could be that I'd had a bad day for whatever reason, and I hadn't drawn. Maybe I had drawn it correctly, or maybe I did get the wrong guide. I'm only human, and maybe they were right to say, well, I don't resonate with it, I don't believe it's for me. But like I said, in a decade, three, maybe four. So anyway, where was I going with this? So yeah, I had to shut her down, but it really, really upset me. Okay, like I said, I'm only human, and I was just in bits because she completely tore me down. She was so aggressive, and I'm not used to that. And yeah, my ego did an absolute number on me, and I was just beside myself. I started to think, was it a sign? Was I not supposed to be doing spirit art anymore? Um, and I just kind of went on a downward spiral after that. I just started questioning everything. Just couldn't stop crying. I couldn't draw. I wasn't touching my portraits, and for 2 weeks, I was just like, what do I do? I was even starting to look at jobs. Just looking for a regular job, and thinking of giving this up. I was contemplating taking my website down. So I really let this lady get to me. Um, so I went on YouTube. Like I said, this is 2 weeks after this lady pulled my guts out. Um, and I saw Dr. Lynda Cramer's video. But like I said, it'd just been sat there, and I'd stared at it every day and didn't put it on. And it's because it wasn't the right time. It wasn't just I couldn't be bothered to watch it. I swiped on and watched something else for a reason. There's no coincidences. This was all in divine timing, I believe. So I watched the video, and my head fell off, and I had tears in my eyes, like tears of joy, because not only did Dr. Lynda Cramer's video like speak to me and set me on this path of learning and healing. It was like you couldn't write it about the things that, out of all the videos, because she had quite a few by then, she'd been going a while. Out of all the videos, that video mentioned how she had drawn for a client a hippie chick from Woodstock, and described her just like the picture I had drawn for this lady. I thought, that is it. So not only is she talking about spirit guides, because she does all sorts of things. She's got videos on everything spiritual, and I just happened to pick and save to my save folder, my later folder, the video about guides. And then she goes on to talk about, and she even showed a picture of this guide. And I'm like, oh my God, this is just unbelievable. Because the picture in question that this lady, didn't rejected as a portrait, and you just couldn't write it. That it was the same setup, the same 60s movement, the hippie chick. And then as she went on, she explained how she had a new book out. She had a new book out that came out 2 days prior to me watching that video. And of all things, it was about guides and past lives explained, I believe. I hope I've got that right. And so I was blown away by that. that was another synchronicity. You just can write it. And I forget there was some other bits as well. It's just like this video is absolutely meant for me. So then I thought I need to follow this lady. It's almost like my guides were like, here you go, plug yourself in to Dr. Lynda Cramer and you need to watch his videos. And do you know what? So I started watching her videos and they really, really resonated with me. And I couldn't believe like where this lady had been hiding all my life, in the sense that she not only talks about spirituality and her own experiences, but she also teaches you how to deal with life, how to deal, you know, with trauma, your own emotions, dealing with other people, toxic people. You know, you name it. It's like spirituality mixed with science, mixed with psychology, and it was everything that I needed. And so I kind of went on a journey of healing. I said to my husband, I think I've had a spiritual burnout. That's that has happened to me a few times over the years, and I'm sure any mediums out there can relate to that, where you're just kind of like overworked and you just hit a wall and you have a spiritual burnout. That's one for another video. But yeah, I said to my husband, I need to take some time out. So I took a month out from drawing, and I was just like, I've got to do a whole bunch of healing on myself, and I vowed to watch all of Dr. Lynda Cramer's videos. Now, believe me, that was a lot of content. So I painstakingly went through every single video, and she'd had quite a few by then. And I learned so much. I learned, like, I mean, I've got the initial, because I emailed her. This is how it all came about. Um, Once I'd watched pretty much all of the videos, I really felt like it was only right that I email her and say thank you and kind of like tell her where I'm at and reach out, because feedback is so important. And I just wanted to know her to know how grateful I was. So I gave her a bit of a backstory and told her all what had happened and how she'd really, really helped me, and the synchronicities in that initial video I watched. I'll just try and find a segment here. So bear with me. So I put, oh my God, Lynda, I have completely transformed the way I view life. I thought I had dealt with my past traumas, but I hadn't. And with the help and guidance from your videos, I feel like I finally, after all these years, have the tools to heal and move on with my life in a positive and loving way. I refuse to be a victim, and I've had to let go of the toxic people in my life. I am now back drawing for spirit, and I couldn't be happier. I feel so much lighter and loved. I cannot thank you enough. And yeah, so you are more than welcome to use my story in a video if you felt the pull. My story just shows how utterly amazing spirit is and what they do for us. There is no doubt in my mind that this video was timed perfectly with me in mind. You just couldn't write it. It also shows that your teachings are the real deal. They do work, and if followed, can change your life. I am actually very grateful now to the lady who. Now, here's the bit I put. I am so grateful to that lady who mailed and binned me as a spirit artist and rejected her portrait, because had she not done that, had she not done that, I wouldn't have chucked my toys out the pram, and I wouldn't have found Dr. Lynda Cramer, and then I wouldn't have gone on this journey of self-discovery and healing and all the rest of it, and met this amazing woman. Because, I'm sure everybody can relate to this, right? You get to a point in your life where you think you've, left the past in the past, and that you're stronger now, you've got it all sorted in your head, got all the tools to deal with life, and you think you've got this. And I thought I had. And then it takes like a tower moment or something shitty to happen, like that lady mailing me and upsetting me, for you to actually then sit back and go, actually, I'm a gibbering wreck here. I I haven't quite completely healed, and I haven't had this sorted, and I don't have all the tools. And it's like I had to go through that crap to then go through more healing. And she actually read my email out in one of her videos, which was pretty cool. Um, and then I had a reading with her. What was that? I've had two readings with her, but the first one must have been nearly 2 years ago. An amazing reading, and I thanked her. And yeah, so the moral of the story is, and you'll see this in Dr. Lynda Cramer's videos, even when bad stuff happens and you think your whole world's crumbling down, good comes from everything. No matter how horrific, shitty, and bad it is, there's always good that comes from it. And yeah, and that's the moral of the story, because that woman, as awful as it was, and I thought my world was coming to an end, she actually put me on a path to greater and better things, and I'm so much stronger now. Um, because yeah, Dr. Lynda Cramer, she kind of speaks my language. I resonate with what she says, and I have stripped so many toxic people out of my life now. I don't let my family walk over me as much. Um, no, I've I've had to lose friends because I won't be a doormat anymore, and I'm, just stronger, and I tackle things so much better now. I see things from a completely different way, and done so much healing. Like, I believe I've managed to banish most of my mental health. I mean, I still have good days and bad days like everybody. Life throws me curveballs, and I deal with them so much better. I try to not let them consume me. So yeah, yay, Dr. Lynda Cramer. Um, an amazing lady. You need to check her out. Um, so that's that really. I just wanted, I just wanted to put it out there because you know when I first started out, um, finding my spiritual path, my spiritual awakening. I'm not gonna lie, I'm being really honest. I would put mediums and clairvoyants and psychics on a pedestal, thinking that they were like otherworldly and they had all the answers, and they are so pillars of strength, and they've got it all going on. And I I actually believe that most psychics and mediums have been through the bloody mill. And and I know this has been mentioned in so many spiritual videos on YouTube, but I'll say it again. Like, the reason that um, spiritual people go through so much hardship and crap in their life is because without those experiences, how can they go on to help others, and understand the core of the situation, and um, people's emotions, and give give sympathy and advice. How can you help people unless you've been through it yourself? That's what I was trying to say. Because I've been through a lot, and it's like my guides needed me, just that last bit of healing. I hope anyway, that I needed to meet this wonderful lady. Anyway, I am really, really dribbling on. Um, I'm going to leave it there, and yeah, thank you, Dr. Lynda Cramer. Take care. Bye.